Have you ever been fast asleep only to be jolted awake by a cramp in your calf so painful it makes you gasp? I know that feeling, and I'm certain many people over 50 have experienced it too. Nighttime leg cramps don't just steal your rest. They leave behind a lingering worry. Is my body getting weaker? Is age finally catching up with me? But let me share something with you. Sometimes the answer isn't found in polls or doctor's offices, but right in your kitchen. So simple, it almost feels unbelievable. I'm talking about dried figs. You might think of figs as a sweet treat or a fruit tied to childhood memories. But after years of working with patients over 60, I've come to see dried figs as a quiet friend to tired legs. Inside those small fruits lies a treasure of potassium, calcium, and magnesium, the trio of minerals essential for muscles to contract and relax smoothly. One of my patients, Eleanor, age 72, once told me, "Doctor, I dread going to bed. Many nights I bowled away, clutching my calf in agony, tears rolling down my cheeks." I suggested something simple. Instead of pastries or strong tea at night, try two dried figs with a few almonds. She was skeptical, but after a few weeks, she called me. For the first time in years, I slept there through the night. No cramps, no pain. You see, cramps aren't just part of aging. They're like letters from your body saying, "I'm running low on minerals. I need you to listen." And dried figs are one of nature's gentlest replies. Just 3 figs can provide nearly 250 milligrams of potassium, along with natural calcium, absorb better than milk or pills. Add magnesium, and you've given your muscles the exact tools they need to relax and stay calm through the night. I want you to picture this. Instead of sweating and gasping from pain at 2 a.m., you enjoy a sweet little bite of dried fig before bed. Your nervous system receives a calming signal, your muscles are replenished with minerals, and you drift into sleep as peacefully as a field. After a rain, in the morning you rise, step out of bed, and feel lightness instead of fear. From a scientific standpoint, it makes perfect sense. Cramps occur when muscles contract without enough minerals to release. Potassium keeps the contraction smooth, magnesium allows them to relax, and calcium ensures nerve signals fire properly. Without the trio, muscles grow stubborn, tightening into painful spasms. Dried figs are nature's simple way of restoring that balance. Some might ask, "Doctor, won't figs raise my blood sugar?" The answer is no, not in the same way sweets do. Figs are rich in fiber, which slows sugar absorption and keeps blood sugar steadier than pastries or fruit juices. That's why I often recommend them as an evening snack for older patients. Have you ever thought that maybe your body doesn't always need complicated treatments? Maybe it just needs small, natural acts of care, a few dried figs, a willingness to listen to yourself. Sometimes those are the greatest gifts you can give to your health. I've lived 60 years and witnessed countless patients transform their lives through steps as simple as this, and I believe you can too. So next time you're at the store, pick up a bag of dried figs. You may discover that inside those humble little fruits lies the key to restful sleep and stronger legs. Have you ever been startled awake in the middle of the night, your leg muscles tightening so hard that you have to sit up in the dark, massaging them with tears in your eyes? Many people believe the cause lies in aging, in joints that have grown weary. But in truth, sometimes the culprit is so simple we overlook it: dehydration and a lack of minerals. After 50, the human body is like a garden that has endured many summers. The soil becomes dry, cracked, easily worn out. We think that simply watering is enough, but without minerals, the water runs off without sinking deep into the roots. Our bodies are the same. You might drink plenty of plain water, but if you are missing potassium, magnesium, and sodium, the keys that hold water inside your cells, imbalance will still occur. And the result is often those sudden, painful nighttime cramps. This is where coconut water becomes a quiet yet precious friend. Unlike flashy sports drinks or complicated powders, coconut water is simple, natural, and filled with the very minerals our muscles and nerves are craving. 1 cup of coconut water has more potassium than a banana, along with magnesium and a touch of sodium, all in the perfect balance nature intended. I remember Linda, age 65, who once told me, Doctor, I drink water all day, yet every night I'm woken by cramps. I thought maybe I had some serious illness. I suggested she try a small glass of coconut water before bed instead of just plain water. At first she laughed, saying that sweet little drink couldn't possibly help. But after just 2 weeks, she returned to my office, her eyes shining. Doctor, I slept through the night. For the first time in years, no cramps, no pain. You see, the body doesn't always need complicated pills. Sometimes it simply needs a thoughtful replenishment. Coconut water not only helps retain hydration in every cell, but it also soothes the nervous system like a gentle lullaby. It allows muscles to relax, protecting you from the violent spasms that interrupt your dreams. From a scientific point of view, the explanation is clear. Potassium in coconut water maintains electrical balance in muscle cells. Magnesium allows the muscles to relax, and sodium keeps fluid levels stable. When these three are in harmony, your body becomes like a symphony. No harsh notes, only rhythm and flow. I want you to picture this. Tonight, instead of waking in agony, you set a glass of cool coconut water beside your bed. You take a sip before turning out the light. As you sleep, your muscles are nourished, your nerves gently comforted. By morning, you rise refreshed, your legs free from stiffness, your mind at ease. That is not just physical healing. It is a gift to your spirit, the gift of peace. I've seen many patients over 60 who were skeptical at first, but after trying coconut water, they were amazed by the change. I believe our bodies have their own wisdom and that nature has already prepared the simplest solutions. The question is, are we willing to listen? So if you are struggling with nighttime cramps, don't despair. Let coconut water become a small part of your daily routine. You may find that sometimes the simplest things bring the deepest healing. Have you ever woken up in the morning and felt your knees or hips so stiff that it took a few minutes of rubbing before you could even step out of bed? Many people over 50 believe that aching joints are simply a part of aging. But let me share something I've seen countless times in my practice. Sometimes just one small change in your diet can make a remarkable difference. And that change might begin with a piece of salmon. Salmon is more than just a delicious meal. To me, it is a gift from the sea to human health. Within those tender pink fillets lies omega-3, the kind of healthy fat your body cannot make on its own but desperately needs. Omega-3 works like oil for rusty hinges, gently easing into the joints, calming hidden inflammation that causes years of pain. I remember James, a 70-year-old patient who had been a carpenter all his life. His hands had grown so stiff he could barely hold a hammer, and his knees crackled painfully with every step up the stairs. He had tried painkillers, but the relief never lasted. I suggested a different path: add salmon to his meals twice a week, grilled or baked, alongside vegetables and olive oil. At first he chuckled, "Doctor, what can a little fish do?" But months later he returned, eyes bright. "I don't wake up stiff anymore. I can even play baseball with my grandson." That is not a miracle. It is science. Omega-3 reduces inflammation and swelling in the joints, helping pain fade away over time. Salmon is also rich in vitamin D, which allows your bones to absorb calcium and stay strong. As we age, our bodies produce less vitamin D from sunlight, leaving our bones fragile. But a serving of salmon can help close that gap, keeping your skeleton sturdy. Have you noticed that true health isn't just the absence of illness, but the freedom to move, freedom to walk without hesitation, to reach out without pain? When your legs carry you lightly and your hands hold firmly, that isn't just health, it is happiness. I want you to picture this: a summer evening, your family gathered around the dinner table. On the grill, salmon sizzles, filling the air with a savory aroma. As you take a bite, you're not just tasting a meal, you're nourishing your joints, protecting your bones, and giving yourself the gift of movement. That plate of salmon becomes more than food. It becomes a promise you make to your body: I will take care of you. Many of my patients once believed they needed expensive treatments to stay well, but often the answer was much simpler: waiting quietly in the grocery store, a fillet of salmon, a little patience, and the belief that your body can heal when you feed it what it truly needs. So if you are in your 50s, 60s, or beyond, and your joints are starting to complain, don't see it as the end. See it as a gentle reminder. It's time to give your body what it has been asking for. And one of the best gifts you can give is salmon, a food that is not only delicious, but also deeply restorative. Have you ever tossed and turned at night, unable to find rest? And when you finally drifted off, your muscles suddenly seized in a cramp that jolted you awake? At 50, 60, or beyond, many people think this is simply part of getting older. But let me tell you a secret I've seen over and over again. Sometimes the key to a peaceful night lies in something as small as a handful of pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds, something many of us think of only as a snack, are in fact one of nature's hidden treasures. Inside those tiny green seeds is magnesium, a mineral I often call the silent conductor of the body's orchestra. Magnesium is involved in over 300 processes, from regulating your heartbeat to relaxing muscles to calming the nervous system. Without enough magnesium, the body falls out of rhythm, muscles tighten, nerves grow restless, and sleep becomes broken. I remember Margaret, age 67, who came to me with dark circles under her eyes. "Doctor," she sighed, "I've tried every tea, every pill, but I still wake up with cramps and can't sleep through the night." I suggested something simple. Each evening, eat a small handful of roasted pumpkin seeds. She looked at me with surprise. "Just that?" But a month later, she returned with a smile. "I'm sleeping deeper, and the cramps have nearly disappeared." Science confirms her experience. Pumpkin seeds are rich in magnesium, which helps muscles relax and prevents painful spasms during sleep. They also contain zinc, an essential mineral for the immune system, helping the body heal wounds and fight infections. As we age, our immunity weakens, but these tiny seeds act like a quiet shield, protecting us from within. Have you noticed that health is not just the absence of disease? Health is peace. Peace in your body, peace in your sleep, peace in your days. Pumpkin seeds, humble and unassuming, can bring you closer to that peace. I want you to imagine this. Evening falls, and instead of reaching for a pastry or a glass of wine, you sit with a small bowl of pumpkin seeds. As you enjoy their nutty taste, Your body quietly absorbs magnesium and zinc, tools for your muscles to release tension, for your nerves to calm, for your immune system to stand strong. My patients often ask me, "Doctor, how can something so small make such a big difference?" And I always tell them, because the human body was designed to live in harmony with nature. When we give it the foods nature intended, seeds, fruits, vegetables, it knows exactly what to do. Healing does not always come from complicated formulas. Sometimes it comes from the simplest gifts. So if you find yourself restless at night or waking with stiff, aching muscles, try keeping a jar of pumpkin seeds in your kitchen, just a handful each day. You may find that within those tiny seeds lies the key to deeper sleep, stronger muscles, and a calmer spirit. Have you ever noticed your heart beating a little too fast after a tiring day? Or your legs feeling heavy, the muscles tightening as you climb the stairs? Many people assume these are just the signs of aging. But after more than 30 years of working with patients over 50, I can tell you this. Often the body is simply calling out for balance. And one of the best gifts you can give in is something as simple as an avocado. Avocados aren't just creamy and delicious. They're nature's quiet medicine. Inside their soft green flesh lies an abundance of potassium. Potassium is the mineral that keeps your heartbeat steady, your muscles contracting and relaxing smoothly, and your blood pressure under control. When potassium is lacking, the body falls out of balance. The heart races, cramps strike, and blood pressure rises silently in the background. I think of Susan, a 63-year-old patient who came to me worried about her health. "Doctor," she said, "my legs feel so heavy, I keep getting cramps at night, and I take blood pressure pills every day." I suggested she add avocado to her meals, half an avocado on whole grain toast for breakfast, or a few slices in her lunchtime salad. She hesitated, but tried. A month later, she returned, smiling. "I sleep better, my legs don't seize up as often, and my blood pressure feels steadier." I never imagined a fruit could do so much. And there's science behind this. One avocado contains nearly 700 milligrams of potassium, more than a banana, and because it also provides healthy fats, those minerals are absorbed steadily, keeping your body balanced for longer. Avocados also bring fiber to control blood sugar and antioxidants to protect your heart from damage. Have you realized that real health isn't about never feeling tired, but about regaining balance after the strain? Avocado helps restore that balance. It nourishes your heart, supports your muscles, and offers a quiet peace that radiates from within, like a deep, steady breath at sunset. Picture this. Tomorrow morning, instead of rushing out the door with just coffee, you prepare a slice of whole grain toast topped with smooth avocado, maybe sprinkled with sesame seeds or a drizzle of olive oil. With each bite, you know you're feeding not just your hunger, but your heart, your muscles, your spirit. That breakfast isn't just food, it's a message you send to your body. I choose to take Prishadapo. Many of my patients ask, "Doctor, is it too late for me to start?" And my answer is always, it's never too late. Whether you're 55, 65, or even 75, every small choice today can change tomorrow. Half an avocado may not seem like much, but over time, it can mean fewer cramps, steadier blood pressure, stronger steps, and more peaceful nights. So next time you pass the produce aisle, pause and pick up a few avocados. You may discover that in their humble simplicity lies one of nature's quiet miracles, a path to stronger legs, a healthier heart, and a calmer, happier you.